Hello, 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 and welcome back to Ashbury Dales here for episode 6 on Snapdragon Cities. Now, you find us in Beechwood Farm, and I wonder, viewers, if you can notice anything. I wonder, does this look in any way different to where we left it previously? I fixed our problem with the landscaping tools, or at least I worked out what the problem was, and then it was quite straightforward. So the map thought we had too much soil, and so wasn't letting me landscape in any way that acquired soil. So the simple fix was restart the save with the extra landscaping and unlimited soil mods off. Dump all the soil. Save, restart with the mods back on, and now we are able to flatten and smooth to our heart's content. And so then you can see we have managed to do that here. We make just a couple of minor tweaks to where things are placed. I've concreted a little bit around here as well to make it look all nice and nice. But I think we did it. I think we're very happy now with the way that this looks. So we're gonna start the game, and we're gonna let Beechwood Farm continue its journey up to level 5. How is it doing on that at the moment? Let's have a look. So we have enough workers, and yes, just a waiting game. Now we do still have a few more vacancies, so we will still encourage people to come and work here by not placing industrial anywhere else. But that's good, right? So what's on the docket for today? Well, we had to whack up our power supply budget all the way to 150 towards the end of the last episode to get us just here. So we've got some work to do there to increase our power supply, and then also we want to put down a city park. So we want to have a think about whether to do that as a nature reserve or as a city park. I think we could have viable options for both on there, and then we want to talk about the future of the map. You know, we are starting to fill up this square, so we should talk about what we want to do next. At least we are on this side of the river and train tracks starting to have allocated purpose to each of the little mini segments here. So we'll talk about what we're going to do next after that. But first, to power supplies. So if we have a look, we were very proud of ourselves, dare we say smug, about the asset that we found here that is providing the power to our city so far. So this is our combined cycle power station that we found on the Steam Workshop. It looks very nice, integrates very nicely with the water treatment plant, we think. But if it's not providing enough, then we're going to need more. And that could, and in fact will, spell the end for Travis Perkins here. Now, Travis Perkins are not going to be without alternative options. And I'm sure we'll find some way to adequately compensate them, but I'm afraid we need that space, and we're also going to, while we're at it, just take down the fence here. Did we put trees in a heavily polluting industrial area and then just let them wither? Awesome. We'll have to think about alternative ways to decorate this area, and then we're going to just plonk another one of these down here. Now, one of the things that we really liked about this asset when we placed it was that it has these pipes that go over and suggest incorporation with the asset. I don't think it has quite the same impact when it is combining with a Dulux decorator center. And so, unfortunately, we are going to now allocate this space entirely to our water treatment works. So we'll have a quick chat and a quick think about how we want to do that, but it is going to require just dezoning everything in here, getting rid of everything that is here. I don't think this space is big enough for 2 of these. And when I say I think, I mean it is obvious that this space is not big enough for 2 of these. I wonder, does the Move It mod allow us to just find a way to squeeze these in? Can we do it? Could we? Well, it's so crazy it just might work. There we go. Who'd have thunk it? Right, so let's... There we go. And let's get it plumbed in. we might have something on our hands here. This doesn't look too bad, does it? So we've got our power going into here. We can turn our budget down now, I imagine, towards 100%. Let's see what happens when we go at 99. Watch the vitals. No, nothing happening at all. We are overserved in all ways. We're still making money though, so we shall leave it as it is. We'll let the right, we're not playing the game, so let's see what happens once this kicks in. Is anything going to happen? No. Are we still just maxed out? Great. So that looks great. We're happy with that. What we might want to do is just make a sort of mini campus out of this, which again just means we're going to be running roughshod over our industrial zoned area here. But I think that's great. We will get our concrete brush out again and just concrete this in here. And so then what about this for a set of power and water treatment works? Looks great, doesn't it? Happy with that. We won't put the fence and trees around the outside because clearly the trees are unnecessary because they will wither. We have our recycling plants here and our bus depot there. We do have enough space to build roads off the back of all of this, but this is basically fine. Okay, so objective 1 complete then. This looks lovely, doesn't it? I mean, lovely is not the right word, but this looks correct. We've got these drawing into here somehow. I do wonder what, like, this is very deliberate by the asset creator here. I wonder if I'm just missing something. Is it supposed to do this? Like, do I think I'm being really clever, but actually, like, this is just what it's supposed to do? I guess so. Anyway, let's move on. So objective 1 complete. Power supply sorted. We are fully maxed out on all of these. That doesn't mean we could save some money in our budget, but we're not gonna do that. So what about a park then? I think we've got 2 options for a park. We could create a little city park in here. We could, even if we wanted to, now that we've got our landscaping back, pop a little lake in there and see if we couldn't integrate that lake somehow. We could also have some sort of nature reserve that explores this area up here. I feel like, just for the sake of pragmatism, that having something that's more likely to be successful and more likely to be visible to all of our sims would be better. And so we might pop something in here that will eat into some of the residentially developable space here. But I think we can tolerate that. While we're thinking about it, we did also, didn't we, identify at the end of the last episode that we've created somewhat of a shortcut through here. Rather than taking this route or coming around, our sims are finding it altogether rather easier to drive this way. And so we might be tempted, therefore, to sever this connection here, remake a connection up here so that the shops are still accessible to anyone whose journey is to the shops, but that we don't tempt people. And we can maybe just visualize that with the traffic routes. Yeah. So we can see what's happening there. We are getting a lot of people cutting through. And we don't want them to do that. Do we? Is it a problem? Yeah, because these are residences. I mean, it's sort of, these people didn't sign up for all of that through traffic, right? Let's see how it goes. Our traffic is still doing well. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep coming back to it. 84% is fine. But now, so what will we do here? Do we want to use all of this space for a city park? Now, they can get quite big. You do get some quite space hungry assets. And if you do want it to look nice, you do need to kind of keep space for those. We've got a fire station here. It seems unlikely that that we'd be able to integrate this particular panel of roads well into the park, where we could create some side entrances where we've got some of these less attractive houses here. These might give us some options for ways in. Let's start exploring. Where would be our main way in? Well, we've got a car park already here. If we had our main entrance around here approximately, would that be useful. You have shops or your way into our grand city park. We can take a look. We'll start by just creating ourselves a park area. There we go. Briarwood Park, it says. It's in Beechwood. So maybe we just call it Beechwood Park. Seems like it would make more sense. Lovely job. Right. So let's pop our main gate down, shall we? We've taken zoning off the road, so that means we're not able to pop it down. Let's go again. Where would we want this to sit? There. So that allows us to then put some side gates down. Plazas, info booths, restrooms, and cafes are the first thing we can do. We did also want to talk about maybe putting a little lake in here. Where would that be? I could imagine that this road here has been built around the lake. Let's see if we can't make ourselves a lake with our newly reinstated landscaping tools. Now, I'm certain there are some very clever ways of doing this. The way that we're going to do it is none too subtle. So we're going to find a depth that we think might make sense for a lake. So let's call it that one. And then we are just going to dredge out. Is dredging the right term here? Just dig out some space for what will be our lake. So again, we use the roads that we've placed as a guide and pretend we did it the other way around. Maybe the water comes up to the road here as well, and that I think looks very good. And so then we know that this area isn't flat, don't we? So we might have some trouble actually if we don't find a way to get a height for the bank, or at least if we plan for the lake to be at the I think what that means is that we need to not have it come this far. So let's consider the height of the bank of our lake. Yeah, that feels about right. And then if we wanted something a little bit more shapy, we would put that there. Right, okay, so then as long as we set the water height to come no higher than about here, we should be fine. So let's get our water tool. Let's get a new water source. We're not going to need a huge amount of water. Honestly, I don't know what this does. I just get really scared about putting water down. So I'm just going to plop a little bit in. Then if I can see this, I can... Oh, let's just get that down to somewhere where we know it won't go above the side of the space we left for it. That should work. And here we see the water come in, and we all, or at least I, hold my breath for fear that this will now flood our city. Looks like we might have got away with it. So that's all filled in nicely. We can pop some vegetation around the edges of the... where's my vegetation? There we go, lake established. So Beechwood Park now has a lake. Good for it. Right, let's continue the development of the park itself. So we're going to want some paths. Let's just take a park path. There we go, and we've finished off with a straighter path there because we know we're going to want to place the info booth and the restrooms near the entrance. So let's pop some restrooms there, and we've got an info booth. Done these the wrong way around, so we'll pop that there, and then we will allow Move It Mod to come to our rescue. Check we've got those how and where we want them. Seems great to me. Wonderful. So we might now tempt people into our park with the promise of information about our restrooms alone. No doubt, though, they will also expect just slightly more of us than that. So let's create a plaza area. We can see that we have unlevel ground here, but I think we're going to be able to. We're going to be able to be fine with that. It might even be to our advantage. So let's then think about how we go in and get people to and from this. I think maybe we've got this oriented the wrong way around. We want the path coming in at the back. So let's do that, and then we'll rotate this. Yeah, being on a slope is not helping us yet. Let's see about that, and then let's see if we can add a node into our path, and then get that to come up slightly. See what impact that has. It's had a weird effect here, isn't it? Did we just not notice that this? Oh no, we see it. We see it. And now we can come back to looking at the heights. And there we go. I think we did it. No harm with some gradient in these parks. They've got the long way around if they want to take the long way around, and this area here is fine as well for a shortcut to the for the plaza. Lovely stuff. Do we want another plaza the other side here? I don't like spamming these, but then sometimes I end up doing it anyway. This one's just a little bit higher, isn't it? Because the ground behind it was higher, but we can fix that. There we go. I think that's lovely. Do we put some fencing around this, or do we let people just have it? Oh, look at this. We got our first, perhaps not our first, but our first noticed guest. So Sterling Gray, an educated adult who resides at the Woodland Residence, an auxiliary at the Farm Workers Barracks, is visiting the Park Plaza. There you go. Well, welcome along, Sterling. You are entirely welcome in our park. Thank you for paying the entrance fee, and we hope you enjoy your stay with us. I believe, yeah, we've got a couple of people wandering in now. So let's see if we can't make this park somewhere worth going for them. I think we probably want to find another couple of ways in as well. So let's find a side gate. I think we'll put a side gate here. That should allow us then to we'll just de-zone those and stop clicking the wrong buttons and join this path up in a simple way. There we go, lovely. So that's a way in for some folks over there. Let's find a way in for some folks over here as well. Which house do we like the least? We like this house the least, and so it's gone. And there we go. Integration has occurred. I think probably we would want a tree wall, just blocking these houses. Maybe perhaps even some fencing along this part of it. I think the residents here would thank us for that. Perhaps also, do we want to find another way in this side? Doesn't seem particularly helpful to have a side gate over here, but we are going to place one down just to make it nice and easy for people to get in should they want to. That would also just help us fence off this area here, which we'll see in a moment. We'll probably want to do the same over here. I can't imagine anyone coming in from this side, but in time perhaps they will, and let's give ourselves the chance to forget about it. Put that in there. Distance too short. How frustrating. So then we're going to just move this gate up here, and then distance no longer too short. Wonderful. So what I think we can do now then, let's tidy up some of this zoning. Now, can we use our parallel roads tool to just put some fence down along here? I imagine we can. Let's choose a nice fence. Well, this says it's a park fence, so what could go wrong? What if we said that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, That one. And that one. I imagine if I was resident in one of these houses here, I'd feel better knowing that the park patrons would have just a slightly protected. We would be slightly protected from the park patrons in that way. That looked great. That tool's incredibly useful. So let's run it back. There we go. We've actually got quite a lot of people walking through here. Is it the attractiveness of the park, or have we very helpfully created a pedestrian shortcut? Oh, it's tempting if there's a chance that there's a pedestrian shortcut through here to just run a path here to fully cement that. There we go. People of Beechwood, feel free to pay money to come and shortcut your commute. Right, I don't think we need to do a huge amount more on that just now. There's not a huge amount we can do while we're at level 1. I think we do want to try and make some money out of this. We're already making money out of it, look. Wow. Some easy policies for us in here. We'll make this our main park. That'll do for now. We don't need to spend money on an ad campaign, but hopefully that means we'll attract a few more people. We've got good bus connections here already. We still do have quite high demand for our bus routes, don't we? Perhaps we should check those out as well. How many people are getting on and off? Oh, look, there's quite a high turnover of people here. I think a lot of people came off the bus just to wait for the next one. So let's see if this bus or the one behind it ends up taking care of this. So let's see. We'll just trim the side of the queue there. Yeah, I think we're happy with this. And then let's see what happens to this group here. Yeah, I don't think anyone's waiting too long at that stop. It's just quite busy because it's quite popular. Plenty of people trying to get over to Whitehall and or Beechwood, either to or from the shops, or to or from work here or work here. So then, this area will start to fill in. Beechwood Park will start to fill in as we go. We will. I don't know if we unlocked any of the plonk them in the water park assets yet. There won't be in that many, will they? There we go. So we found a fishing pier that we can put in here. Might be a little bit much for the park as it is at the moment. It does require a little bit of power. And why not have a few restrooms in there? If we're gonna have the restrooms, let's give them something to make those just a little bit more necessary. Pop a little calf there. That looks nice, but I wonder if it could look nicer. Do we need to just demarcate this area a little bit? I think we probably do. There we go. That feels like a very nice way to get power to jump over to our fishing pier, doesn't it? Yeah, this park's actually, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We must be getting close to leveling up. Yeah, that'll level up in no time. Right. Wonderful. So power done. City park done. What else do we need to do? Well, we need to keep an eye on Beechwood Farm. Again, that is just going to get there. We're keeping the number of people just above the required worker level. That's fine. We can see we've got demand for commercial. Now, I did wonder whether we were doing enough here. And I think we are for now. That seems busy enough. I'm happy with that. We could probably just find some room for a shop or two in the town. Maybe we'll pop some just along here. Let's see what happens when we get, frankly, a whole load of pubs in here, right? Let's turn that off. We were beaten to the punch there. Whatever that is, I don't want it there. So we're gonna have a few shops come in here. We've got the Alexandra Arms come in. I don't think we've seen that one so far. At least I haven't noticed it. Plough and Sail, again, I think a new one for the city, but all pubs so far. This pub is a rugby Irish pub showing the football. The Half Moon, the Cavendish. Yeah, it's all pubs. Oh, we've got 2 Plough and Sails. Sorry, Plough and Sail. I'll let this be Pub Row, but I don't think I'm going to be... This is a weird one, isn't it? Is it just... Yeah, okay, it just does that. Fine. The trees are clipping through here, so I think what we'll do is just discontinue that. Thusly. Very good, very good, very nice, very nice. That will do almost nothing to our commercial demand, but it'll make me feel better about trying to do something about our commercial demand, and I'm happy with where that is as well. Coming out from a hard day's work at the farm, going to have a drink and a sandwich at the pub seems great. Right, new residential development. So we talked before, viewers, at the start of this episode, that actually we've got a lot of space to grow into. Not a lot of space left in this square. I think we're probably going to keep this reserved for further industrial works and things of that nature. We've got our cemetery here, so maybe we'll do something if we end up with wanting to put a church down or something like that, or doing some development over here. And then we've got this space. Which would definitely not be part of our existing area. It would be quite literally the other side of the river, looking out over a whole new part of our town. So I think what we want to do is try and get going here. We can very easily just make use of this space here for now with some residential development, easy access to, easy one road access to the rest of it. We might in time be encouraged to create either a footpath or another bridge over there. I don't think we'll feel so compelled today, but we will keep an eye on the traffic coming through here. But let's have a look at what a small local roadway network might look like through here. So we're going to start by just trying to decide where the connections will be. We don't have access to that square yet, but we do want to make a connection. So we'll try and get one that's not out of city limits. There we go. So that'll give us a few different options here. This area here would be a cul-de-sac until we can connect to this road, which we'll be able to do as soon as we unlock that other square. Right, let's freeform out some roads. There we go. Our park got to level 2 while we were sketching out the roads there. So next time we get over there, we've got the piers unlocked now, and we've got a lake to put them in, and we've got a chessboard that we'll put down when we get the chance. There we go. Right, it's a beautiful mess, isn't it? A beautiful mess. So let's just zone it commercial, and then let's zone it commercial. Let's zone it residential, and then remove the bits that we want other things to be on. So we'll take zoning off the main road as per usual to give us the maximum developable area, and off these. We'll take it off these ways in as well. we were able to find a second connection into here. Of course we were. Right, that seems good. Let's colour this in. Now, once again, this is one of those situations where I'm sure as soon as I get to the edit of this episode, I'll see where I've missed bits. But for now, I think we're fine. Where do we want some? Some commercial? It feels like it might not be unreasonable to have some commercial just dotted about the place. We don't want it at the tails of the cul-de-sacs, making it hard to get to. Let's pop some there. I think this might already be enough. There we go. We want to put some parks down, don't we? So let's go and find some parks to put down. There we go. And we know we'll want some schools in here eventually, but we're not too worried about that today. We can have a think about some bus routes. We can probably get that once we started zoning. Let's get some plumbing though. There we go. I think we can run the game. Power, electricity. Where's that going to come from? So we've got some electricity there and to there. So maybe if there was a substation here. What can be wrong with an electrical substation being that close to the water? Can't think of any reason why that would be problematic. Can you, viewers? Sure, it's going to be absolutely fine. Do we want to run some temporary power cables? That might be enough to get us started. We'll see the residential development pop up here first and hopefully spread out and get power onto all these parks nice and quickly. And we've got some people popping in almost instantly. There we go. Wonderful. We'll let that happen while we think about how we get people in and out on a bus. So we'll just do a simple route that picks up as many people as we can. Don't think we want to go in and out of the cul-de-sacs if we can avoid it, because that will create a need to turn around. There we go, 2 lines there. So maybe the school is the most realistic potential switching point. Because it's close, because there's a road there for it, that'll be fine. So anyone trying to get here will need to change at the school. Yeah, I'm not going to feel too bad about that. I think that's going to be fine. How are we getting on? So we'll probably see things pop up near the parks. We just need power to bridge across here. That's all we need. So we need something in here, and then our power network is complete. And as soon as these join up, we'll get rid of those power cables there. I could put a power cable there, but it would stop something developing in the space where the power cable is. I know what we could put in there. We could put a doctor's surgery in there. Wonderful. We will also need a fire station and a police station. Lovely. Right. Power secured all but here, but that is bridge there. We don't need that one going around the back here anymore. Very nice indeed. Oh, and this will need to be a district as well. Of course, we nearly forgot. Cedar Gardens. I don't want another one named after trees. So what have we got? We've got Whitehall, Beechwood. Right. So we've had a little look around, and we're going to call this area Turnwater. So we've got. This is a park district. Oh my gosh. There we go. Turnwater area of Ashbury Dales. So called because there's a turn in the water. Right there. Right on the bend of Whitehall River. So. This Turnwater, it's going to grow up quite nice. It's a lot of buses, isn't it? There's a lot of buses. Let's just take a quick look at the number of buses that we're trying to put on this line. There we go. That'll be better. We'll see a bunch of buses drive away now, and then a bunch of new buses arrive. And we're also seeing some industrial traffic because we've got some commercial buildings down here. They will need deliveries. So of course, British Airways lorry, British Airways World Cargo needed to deliver to Alexandra Arms, who've expanded, and the Cavendish. Of course, it's quite a nice part of town, this, isn't it? So if you don't look over there at the industrial estate, you've got quite a nice view. You can see the farm on the hills in the distance. You've got the Whitehall popping up there. You can even see our little parade of shops and our park there. Delightful. And it won't take very long for this area to grow up and fill in nicely too. We've tanked our residential demand, but it will come back. We have jobs at the farm. Yep, we just had a flower delivery, so that's fine. And we must be very nearly there. Not so nearly there, but we've lost a whole load of workers. Wonder why that has happened. Do we need to create some jobs for some workers over here? We've got an unused space here. We might not be producing enough flour at our singular mill. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just move this warehouse over, have ourselves a second flour mill, and I assume in so doing, solve the problem. But time and the game will tell. And that's all very good. Right. Seems we may be just on the verge of a couple of minor issues in terms of the distance that we're asking for some of our service vehicles to travel across the towns here. But that is a problem for another day. I think, just looking at where we've got to so far, we are ready to take a look around. Let's take a tour of the things that we've done in this episode today. Well, there you go. While we were doing that city tour, Beech Farm has made it all the way to level 5, unlocking a few extra things, but also just celebrating the success of that area here, which is not where we are. We're over at the power plant. So there it is, a level 5 farm in Ashbury Dales that now has 3 small towns: Turnwater, Whitehall, and Beechwood. And so that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like on the video. If you do leave a like, please make sure to comment to let me know what it was you liked about it. Subscribe while you're there and hit the notification bell to make sure you stay up to date with everything that we're doing here in Ashbury Dales. It's going to be a new tile next episode, isn't it? So stay tuned for episode 7, where we'll unlock a new tile and see what comes next here in Snapdragon Cities.